All right, now this next problem that we're getting into, problem 4, this is a gravimetric analysis problem. And the first thing that you need to do with this kind of problem is figure out the net ionic equation for what's happening. And so this first sentence, okay, an unknown water-soluble silver compound. You dissolve the silver compound in water, add excess sodium chloride to selectively precipitate the silver ions as silver chloride. Okay, so I can write a net ionic for that. So silver, which was aqueous, met with chloride, which was aqueous. It's precipitated from the solution, they tell us, precipitated from the solution as AgCl solid. So we're told in the problem that when it's all said and done, we've made 1.788 grams of AgCl. In this problem, we added excess chloride, and so that makes silver the limiting reagent, and so silver and silver chloride directly relate to each other. So whatever amount of silver we add in here directly dictates how much silver chloride we can make. In these problems, the other thing that you want to do is make sure not to grab the wrong number. So up here, 1.583 grams of an unknown water-soluble silver compound. This I can't get my hooks into at all because I know its mass, but I don't know its formula. If I don't know its formula, I can't convert it to moles. This, however, the 1.788 grams of silver chloride, I can convert that into moles, and so I can do something with that. So 1.788 grams of silver chloride. Went ahead and calculated the molar mass for myself here, 143.32 grams of silver chloride. And 1 mole. From the molar ratio up here, everything's 1 to 1 to 1. So 1 mole of silver chloride contains 1 mole of silver. And then finally, I have the molar mass for silver up here. 1 mole of silver has a mass of 107.87 grams of silver. Okay, with all my units canceled out now, I have grams of silver. I figured out how many grams of silver are in that sample. 1.788 times 107.87, close parentheses, divided by 143.32, close parentheses, equals. Okay, there's 1.346 grams of silver in that sample. Well, thus far I have one thing that I can check. So silver is part of the sample, right? It's silver something. It's a water-soluble silver compound. Ow. But we know that it's silver plus, but we don't know what the X minus, what the anion is. And so it's good that this number is smaller than this number because silver is just part of it, so this needs to be smaller. There needs to be something else that's in there. Finally, the problem asks, what's the mass percent of silver? So mass percent silver equals the mass of silver over the mass of the whole compound times 100%. So 1.346 divided by, now I finally use this number, 1.583, both of these are in grams, times 100%. 1.346 divided by 1.583 times 100. Okay, it's 85 point, let's do 4 sig figs, 85.03% silver in that compound.